Hi there, I'm May, and this is May's Crochets. I'm a beginner crocheter just starting off on my learning to crochet journey, and I'm in the process of working my way through a few of the Woobles Learn to Crochet kits as a way for me to learn how to crochet. So I'm here to talk about my fourth project. If you want to go back and take a look at my previous three projects, I made other videos about those, including my very first project, which was Kiki the Chick. In that video, I talk a little bit more about the Woobles in general, my thoughts, and then about Kiki the Chick in particular. But today I'm going to talk about my fourth project, which is Fred the Dino. So let me show you Fred. My Fred the Dino is actually pink with red accents. Their main Fred the Dino, I think, is green with yellow, but this is the one that I happen to get. So here's Fred the Dino. Here's the front of the kit. And here's the back of the kit. And again, everything is included all in one. Great instructional videos, all the same stuff to the previous kits. So without further ado, here is my Fred the Dino. So, okay, here he is. Here's the little pink dinosaur. He's got his spikes. Let me turn him around. He's got his little front, little eyes. Here's what he looks like from the top, all the way around. Fred the Dino. Okay, so Fred the Dino on the Woobles website is listed as a beginner plus kit, which I think is very accurate. I'm not sure that I would recommend this one for a total beginner because there's a few complicated parts, but still totally doable for a beginner. They do, again, have the instructional videos that walk you through every little part of it, beginning to end. And yeah, it wasn't that complicated, I suppose. This was my first time doing things not fully, I guess, symmetrical all the way. Like most of the previous projects that I did, everything was a circle. It was rounds. Versus for Fred the Dino, it's like well, first you do increases to make it bigger, and then you make it smaller, and then you make it bigger again, and then you make it smaller. So that was different. And it came out looking a little bit like, I mean, you can kind of tell like the sort of goofy middle part. I don't know if I did it wrong. I don't know. And then there were also parts where it wasn't exactly round all the way. It was like for the tail, like the top of the tail is a little bit wider in one direction than the other, so it wasn't totally circular all around. But it ends up with this dinosaur shape, which it totally makes sense. The stitches were mostly still all the same: single crochet, increase, and decrease. Same like the previous kits. And I'm definitely getting the hang of it. I skipped over videos for the most part. I actually did a good chunk of the body of this kit in the car on the way to a birthday party for my 3-year-old son's friend, which was far away from us. So I brought my crochet in the car. And so maybe I like wasn't paying super close attention all the way through. So there were some parts that I think came out like a little bit wonky. I also just like maybe don't love this color pink. Um, so overall, this wasn't my favorite kit by far, but still, again, a great learning experience like all of them. This was my first time doing this little thing to get the arms attached. So all the other pieces, basically you would create a whole new other piece and then sew it on versus, which is the same as actually the spikes, which we'll talk about in a second. But this little arm, you do something called I think it's called a slip stitch join, where you like join the yarn directly on, and then you do a chain, and then you do a single crochet into that, and then you somehow like finish it. I don't even know to take it off and cut it. What I don't know. It was a little confusing. I need to practice this because you end up with these really goofy like teeny tiny arms. Hi, cute. So that was a new skill. I had not done that before, so that was great to learn something new. Um, the spikes. There's 5 of them. So I followed like the same steps for all of them, and I feel like they came out like a little bit different from each other. And sewing them on was, I don't know, for whatever reason, I think that I need to work on sewing little pieces on. I'm not sure that I'm doing it exactly right in the way that like the exact piece shows up exactly where I want it. I need to maybe watch those instructions again or watch someone else do it. I think it still came out okay. I'm probably being hypercritical, but I can see where the spike that's kind of supposed to be more of like a triangle ends up a little more like this like smushed little, I don't even know what to call it, like a little tower. Um, so that was interesting. This little embroidery part's great. So I actually tried for this one. I ended up doing embroidery eyes instead of doing the safety eyes that it comes with. What I've learned, if I've learned nothing else from crocheting, everyone says it, which is good. Good disclaimer. They call them safety eyes, but these little plastic eyes that you put on um, are not actually safe. They're not safe for babies. They're not safe for pets. They're choking hazards. I don't know why they're called safety eyes. Like what? They're like seems like they're the opposite of safe. But so the Woobles, they do give you safety eyes. They actually usually give you 3 safety eyes in every kit, which is nice because I guess like if you lose one, that would be really sad. But they do also give the disclaimer that they're not actually safe for babies and little kids and pets. And they give you links to to a video of how to embroider the eyes. So I figured with this one, let me just try it. Let me see how it comes out. They do also give you black yarn in every kit if you want to embroider the eyes, so which is nice. So you have that option. So I did embroider the eyes, and I don't know, I think they look fine. I probably prefer the look of the safety eyes. Just it's kind of like that shiny. They're like perfect circles. Like maybe I like that a little bit better. But I can totally see why. Like it's not a big deal to embroider. It's safer, so I think that's like a fine decision. Especially if you don't know where or who you're gonna give this to or where it's gonna go. So yeah, overall, I think this was overall maybe not my favorite kit for like a few different reasons. Maybe I just don't love how it came out. Um, Compared to some of the other ones that I've done so far. But still a great learning experience. I'm kind of like adding on skills little by little. Each one that I'm doing is a little bit harder, and I'm learning slightly new skills. So overall, I'm really loving doing the Woobles as a learning to crochet journey. I really feel like I'm solidifying the basics of crocheting and amigurumi, and like slowly leveling up skills while still really practicing the basics and getting the fundamentals. Like it's getting very like the muscle memory of doing a single crochet for me now is getting very easier. I'm really just kind of doing it more like fluently without needing to think about it, which is really fun to see for my fourth project here. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of keep going, do the next one. And thank you so much for keeping me company. And I will see you next time. Bye.